everybody out there, you're not ready for this exceptional human being that I love and adore.
We're kind of batting 100 with these guests.
I mean, but he's sickening. By the way, he looks the same, just like I do. We haven't aged.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of baby's blood y'all been drinking.
I know, it's insane. It's crazy. But here he is, the one, the fucking only, Eric Mabius.
Let's fucking go.
My baby.
What's going on?
Hi, handsome.
Sorry I'm not there sitting on the couch with y'all, but this is so much fun.
Well, you're in
it's
Florida,
devastating that
which
you're
is
not
a whole
here.
Situation in and of itself.
I mean, you know, we've had quite a few people on. We've had Terry Weinberg, we've had Ben Silverman, we've had Tony Plana, Vanessa Williams.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we are just like, we are trying to truly collect as many Ugly Betty alum as possible. And before we even start, this is something that we're asking every single guest.
Correct.
If we were to do a
Not
reboot.
if, when.
When.
We do a reboot. Our limited series reboot.
You're coming back.
Absolutely.
You're coming
back. I mean, you couldn't keep me away. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding?
I know.
I'm on. I think we've been talking about this since 2010.
Literally, we have been, and it's so incredible to have you here. You look so beautiful. What the fuck? Like, what's even happening? All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. We're talking Ugly Betty. Eric, I have so many like off the grid questions that I want to talk to you, but let's get into the Betty of it all right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you first, what was your first? So did your agent say like, here's a part, did they offer it to you? Did you have to audition? Like, what was your first sort of like entrance into Betty?
I actually, it was 2006. I was getting married in New Orleans at our place.
Yes.
And Jordy said, you're going to have to not go on your honeymoon because someone wants to meet with you. So there was the heroes of it all, the show Heroes. I don't even know when anyone even remembers that show.
I remember.
Oh, I remember.
But I was going to test for that, the part that ended up going to Milo and D'Amelio, however you say his last name. And that was happening. And they're like, no. There's Ben Silverman and Terry Weinberg and Salma Hayek. They're doing the show. And they want to meet with you. I'm like, no, but this is a thing. And that was going to be the start of whatever process with Ugly Betty. And they're like, no, they just want to meet with you. And if the meeting goes well, it's your part. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I read the script and I ran over and Ben was just so charming.
Ben is so charming. I mean, he's such a delight.
Oh, water to a drowning man, I swear.
It was,
So you read it,
Terry,
and you were
Terry
just like,
Terry said, "Is she chopped liver?"
No, no. But you know, when you're in a room, Terry, if you're in a room with Ben,
it's true,
right?
It's true.
We had him sitting on the couch right over here,
and he does sort of like take up,
I did not have to speak, not a word.
I adore him.
And I enjoyed that, by the way.
So you just came into the meeting. Did you have to read for it, or no? You just sort of had the meeting, and they were like, "You're fucking Daniel."
I went in. I said hello. We talked about the thing. I left, and that was it.
One of my and the thing is that obviously you had such a big career before Ugly Betty, of course, that would yield that you made Daniel Meade what he is. But we're telling all of our guests this as well. I'm watching the show for the first time.
Mark has never watched the show, Eric. Like, he's never watched it. So he's rewatching it with
I've seen the pilot and I've seen the finale.
Yeah.
The series finale.
So
probably because you weren't there for a lot of the screenings on Thursday afternoons, right? Because
that's
they had child labor laws and things like that.
Yeah, I had to go to school.
And then yeah, he had to go to school. But also he just sort of grew up, and I think you had your own sort of relationship with the show, as it were. Like, you went through a whole sort of, come to Jesus moment with it. But, he's never watched it, so he's watching you for the first time.
But I'm finding that, it's very interesting to consider the because we're all so close and such, like, you know, like have remained such good friends, even if we don't see each other or whatever, to see these characters. And to be completely honest with you, I felt this way about watching it with Becky Newton, like playing Amanda. Mm-hmm. And the characters of Daniel and Amanda, I was just like,
yeah,
I don't even fucking like them right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
fuck
mad.
them.
I'm so mad.
But then they get, you know, like we have these really incredible soft moments with Daniel. And I just want to say, I just want to give you your flowers for it, babe. Like that
Me too.
You really towed the line in such an incredible way. And like that, you know, he could be this kind of himbo, this and that, but also with just a genuine heart of gold. And I just think that you towed that line so brilliantly.
We've talked about it a lot on the pod. Like
we have.
How much you have this incredible ability, all the actors really, because I think on this show, it's so easy for these characters to be sort of these flat archetypes. And you really brought such heart to Daniel, even in the pilot episode. I mean, it started from day dot. So like, what was that like for you as an actor? Because, you know, he was such a sort of, you know, a bro character, a Nepo baby bro character. But there's something about you, Eric, that there was such a vulnerability and such a beauty that you brought to it. What was that like, sort of portraying it?
Well, I think, like you, Mark, I haven't seen a lot of the episodes. What I have seen are the ones that we would see during lunches, usually on Thursdays. I would look forward to that because we were so busy shooting. I didn't have time to watch them. But I do cringe when I watch, especially the pilot and the earlier episodes.
Why?
But, you know,
why?
You're so good.
Because of what you're saying. The arc, like we have to start somewhere with Daniel.
Right.
Go somewhere with Daniel. And that was one of the takeaways, that it couldn't have been done any other way than the way they wrote the episodes. But yeah, I agree. He's almost entirely unlikable, but how much more fun for us to end up where we do. And the other thing I noticed in rewatching some of the episodes, the most fun I had was when Daniel would come and visit the Suarez.
Oh my God. We loved it.
Because he had no like real stable family of his own. There was like, he was surfing, you know, pretending what it would be like to have a whole family, and it would serve. Watching those makes me very tearful because there's like a wholeness that Daniel gets, even if only briefly. He gets to sort of, you know, try out for a while when he's.
That's so true. And also, we were very close. I mean, you were super close with my husband. You still are. You guys are like total buds. And we got very close during that whole thing. So, and, you know, you got married. You had your first baby during the show. I got married. I had my first baby during the show. You guys did it first, though. So we sort of.
Then we moved to New York, and then I had second baby.
That's right. That's right. And we really sort of leaned on you a lot and that during that time, I think, sort of.
You're like, hey, how are we supposed to do this? What do we do now?
No, really. Honestly,
did you guys like live like down the street from each other?
Yes,
or something?
we were both. We were all in Brooklyn.
It was amazing because when Anna was working, I was not, generally speaking.
That's
so I got
right.
to hang out, and vice versa. Like it was
That's right. It actually was a perfect storm, as it were. I mean, but you guys lived in this beautiful place, and you had your, you know, you had the babies. I have still, you know what, I would love to sort of, maybe if we could put that on some sort of thing of like our little babies playing together is so ridiculous and crazy and fun. But we all went through all of this together. Like, it was such an incredible experience. And I remember just sort of leaning on you guys a lot through that.
Yeah.
Sort of like, how am I supposed to negotiate being a parent and working on this?
And we had Max right before we started shooting the show. Like we were in St. John's in Santa Monica, and I remember Richard and Jim being like, so when do you think you can come to work now? And we're excited that you have a son now, but I was like, what do I do?
Are you serious? Because I was 2 weeks out of having Paloma and they were like, so your call time's 4 a.m. And I was like, I had a baby 2 weeks ago, you motherfuckers.
Well, and you looked better than ever. Stop
I
it.
had definitely
Knock
didn't
it
have
off.
to pad I didn't need no chicken cutlets.
And this season of this pod is talking about season 1.
Yeah.
But I since we have Eric, I wanted to just talk about season 2 when Daniel and Justin have like this this kind of like this bonding moment. And I just remember being in downtown LA on a basketball court. With
Do you remember?
And
it's funny. Yeah,
and it's just
said
so
that, I totally
strange.
forgot about it.
I've not seen the episode itself, but upon watching the show, I'm just
Having
like
all these
accessing all of
flashbacks.
these memories.
Yeah.
And like when I was thinking about having, that we were going to have you on the pod, I was just kind of like, what are my like core memories of Eric like working with you? And that was the thing that just kind of literally like came out of my mind. Like where I was just like, oh, right. When we were forced to play basketball on some rooftop.
There's nothing linear about my memories from the show.
That's
I
right.
sort of like LA and New York, but I felt like it was just one
Yes.
Yeah.
episode.
Me too.
Right, because we were finishing one, starting another, going back to do reshoots from a third. So
Right.
it was all
Yeah.
And this was in the
one
day.
episode.
This is in the day when we're shooting 24 episodes. So
Yeah.
we were working
On
all
film.
year on film. God bless it. R.I.P.
On
we're,
film.
We're working. We're shooting 24. So we had like 2 months off actually because it was a regular job. It was so fabulous. Bring those back. Bring back the 24 episodes.
But what I really but in terms of who you're working with, I want to know
yes.
about what that episode in season 1 when we are introduced to Judith Light
When we first meet
in
Judith,
in like the sober house.
you and Judith had such an amazing dynamic.
It's honestly, I laughed and I almost kind of cried.
It was
like I don't know. I felt a lot of emotions.
I don't know why, but that was even before that happened. I knew that was going to happen. There was something about Judith and the way I sort of I don't know how I regarded her, but obviously she felt already like my mother.
Yeah.
From the beginning. I don't know why that was.
I get it.
I do know why it is because of Judith's presence alone.
Judith is mother.
That is my mom.
Judith is mother.
That's my mom.
But it was like when I showed up to say hello to her, it was like we had a lifetime of memories already. And I don't know, it was sort of uncanny.
It's really magical watching you guys because it's so funny and it's also so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
In this literally the same moment. I wonder if you felt that when you were doing the scene.
Absolutely. Especially because, again, talking about taking character from here to there.
Yeah.
As getting her at her very bottom. It was sort of
right.
Not dissimilar from Daniel, but for different reasons. You see,
yeah.
I mean that's a testament to the writing. Those the generations repeating themselves like that, and them both being sort of dragged down in this rabbit hole, and both of them trying to claw them their way out and sort of mend what was so broken. I think that was.
But man, that comedy through
Judith came to fight and play every day.
Every day to fight and play. I love this.
The comedy through tragedy, though, is something that I'm really responding to. I think, like with the Claire and Daniel dynamic, is that like, especially in that episode in particular, of just being like, it's like it's really sad, but I'm laughing.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And should I be? Like it's a very ambivalent feeling, but in a good way as a viewer, I think.
I think that's the thing that shows don't get tonally.
That's right.
It's so easy for them to slide into maudlin, right? As opposed to what all of our writers did, which is, which felt realistic. Those felt like, even though it was stylized, some of the, Victor's incredible shots and
beyond
setup,
stylized, yeah.
But like, it felt true to life. Like the 1 second you are, like you say, Mark, you're wanting to laugh and then cry and feeling so pulled into the sort of spheres of their lives.
Yeah.
But I don't think you give yourself enough credit. This is what I'm hearing from you right now, Eric. Because I'm saying from day dot, from you're saying, well, the pilot, like whatever, from the episode 1, like episode 1, Eric, I saw Daniel's vulnerability. Like I saw Daniel's sort of fight, his like fight to sort of be his own man, to sort of recognize that this young girl was something special. To like, I saw so much depth in Daniel. It was in the writing, but I think also you bring something to it that like is really just uniquely you.
I'm accepting your comments and compliments, but I'm also trying to draw in to this that every single one of us, that thing that you're talking about, there was an electric beingness that every single one of us had.
Yeah.
That once you set us in motion, right? You never knew what you were going to get, but you knew it was going to be amazing. So those
again,
that were written that way. But when I would go and what Daniel had to do to Betty in that first episode would break anyone's heart.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. Anyone. So, and the way in which she responded and reacted to the way, in those moments, it would break my heart. Every time we'd have those things.
1,000%. I think any one of us could have been a very sort of like cardboard character person, but because of the way it was cast, I don't think anyone else could have played these parts. And not to give us all props, but I'm just saying, I mean, I'm going to.
You always do.
I always do. But like, it was just brilliant. And I'm saying, okay, so
I'm curious though about, if we're talking about this kind of groundbreaking representation and like, the things that we were able to do culturally at a time that maybe right now, at this juncture, like historically, like, people have copied us a lot, or taken what we did and expanded upon it. But at the time, it was very, very, it was different. And so I suppose that I'm just curious about what did it mean to you, like as a straight white man,
right,
to be a part of a show that was talking about
Latin culture, queer culture, immigration. Like we touched on so much.
Yes.
So many sort of I guess now would be considered more controversial though than it was then.
Perhaps. I mean, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Did you know that was something that you were getting involved in?
Did you even know it was exactly?
Or did it happen later in hindsight for you?
No, I mean, I knew that. Where I grew up in Western Massachusetts, that's the environment in which I grew up, right? In Amherst, Massachusetts, that is the norm, right?
By the way, he was born in Philly, just FYI.
Period.
Harrisburg.
Oh. All right, we're still claiming
Pennsylvania.
We're still claiming you. Okay, go.
And then went to Sarah Lawrence, a school with 3 times as many women and a very sort of out and proud community.
Yes.
And I was part of the beginning of the L Word, which was also, so hot. The environment was certainly comfortable and nothing foreign to me. And I could tell that in the creation of the show, they were leaving themselves so many directions to go in and universes to explore. So I really was, in playing that character, I felt like I wanted to make sure to turn it just a little bit so it wasn't how it might, traditionally be played, to be treating everyone, including my brother, who became my sister, treating everyone as a human being, as we do in our lives, hopefully, as we do on
that, Eric Mabius.
It's yeah. I mean, just because watching it, again for the first time, it's just kind of, I'm almost incredulous watching it when we're talking about the things that we're talking about on the show.
Yeah,
this many years, I mean, almost 20 years later, that we're still having these conversations as a nation, right? Like, let's just, make it about that I think that, you just did such an incredible job of towing the line of like straight, like rich white guy that just somehow is like just wants, I don't know, like he wants the best for her.
We need more of the Daniel Meades, because you were so sort of accepting, and you did come down to, you came to our house all the, like to your point, like you would come to the Suarez house. You were sort of so open to that side of life. And even granted, you were, Daniel was in the sort of fashion world of it all, but still. So speaking of like, what was it like working with, Vanessa? What was it like working with America? Like, because you guys had a very, very
so close.
Well, you just had, like, I don't know, you had a very strong chemistry on screen that was just palpable. So I wonder, like how that sort of.
It's funny because I feel like I'm sure we all did, but I felt like I developed a close relationship with everyone that was different. Like, you and Noah, and you, and getting to know Mark with your parents around.
That's right.
And that whole, like, and seeing, I was sort of envious of you guys because you had your family unit and you would do your things and I was off doing my stuff, and I would be like, oh, we'd be passing one another. So when we had a chance to do scenes together, it was just so exciting to me.
Totally.
And we won't talk about the pilot, but having Vanessa be a part of.
We went ahead and talked about the pilot.
Wait till you hear Richard Shepard's interview.
Yeah, we had Richard Shepard on.
You're gonna love it.
We haven't named her.
Lassie, come home.
No. Oh my goodness.
You're gonna have to hear it, and then you'll understand.
Called her a dog.
He called her a dog. Go. Say what you were gonna say.
No, just that in each iteration, Daniel's interactions, there was an on-screen relationship being developed and an off-screen one.
That's so real.
It's true.
And also, not just our. I don't think I've ever had a job where I want to hang out with everyone so much.
Yeah.
Because we see each other like 60 hours a week, right? It was so long.
Yeah, but then we hung out afterwards. Like, we saw you all the time.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. I mean, Dumbo, Brooklyn Heights, we were like, whoop. Yeah. No.
So we lived very close to one another. Yeah. Eric and I, and my husband Noah and Eric were very close, and Ivy and I, his wife, and I were very close. And again, like, it was the whole baby situation.
Yeah, totally. But I guess that, like, we have to wrap up in a second.
Dang
but
it.
Oh
no.
But wait. I reserve the right, Eric Mabius, to you coming back on the pod.
Yeah. Oh no, please. Like this is, you have to come back.
We could do this as often as you guys like.
Oh, I love you so much. Are you coming to LA soon?
I don't know. I'm supposed to come this fall, but I just got another job and I'm leaving tomorrow. So.
Oh, boo-hoo.
All right. Well, no, but we're having you.
Pushed back. No. I don't mean that like that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm being facetious because I haven't worked in a fucking decade.
I want to be back living there really badly. It's just life has taken me here and I'm not really complaining.
No, but we have to reserve the right to just, have you on as much as we possibly can. I mean, we're recapping the entire season. So there is far more of Daniel Meade that, like, we have so much more to talk to you about.
We haven't even gotten to the episode where you and I almost hook up, but not quite.
We're not there yet.
I'm so excited about it. Shut up. You haven't watched it.
I haven't. Yeah, quiet down.
We were like, what are we going to do with this? You're like, I don't know. What are we going to do with this?
Damn it. We could have had such a good storyline.
I think that this is a good way to close it out in terms of a question. How did you feel when the show ended? And what did you take from the set?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. Okay. How did you feel and what did you take?
How did I feel? I still feel like it's one of the great relationships that ended too soon.
Say that.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like a part of my heart was broken and it's still a little bit broken. Right? It heals, but it's still, it hurts. Like, I remember it, the whole move, us just uprooting our lives and coming and really settling into New York and realizing how much better the show was for it. But then to have that sort of ripped away from us. Mm-hmm. It was I think we had 2 more good seasons left.
I agree.
I thought so
totally.
too.
What did you take from set?
Yeah, what'd you take?
Clothes, furniture.
I got the LA desk lamps and the New York desk lamps.
That's it?
Both in my house. Yeah. And because they sold all the stuff to props, I slowly bid on my suits, and I have like probably 20 of my suits from the show.
I remember those
suits.
Back
to shoot, I could wear some of the old suits.
No, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
No. Quiet down now, Mabius.
Eric Mabius. Don't tell them. Okay, yeah.
They can rent them for me.
We love you the most.
And this is not the last that you will be hearing and seeing Eric Mabius on this podcast, by the way.
You got my digits. Let me know.
I love you so much.
We love you so much, Mabius.
Come and live in my house, please. My husband misses you desperately.
Yeah.
He needs a friend.
Laundry. It'll be good.
No, my husband needs a friend. Please come. Please come and hang out with my husband.
Don't make him sound so desperate like that. Jesus.
Sorry.
We have so much fun now.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
but seriously,
been a little bit, but like when I come to town, I'll ring Noah up and we'll go see a show.
Exactly. They both love music. Like, please come home.
And we will be texting you voraciously about coming back on.
Please.
We love you so much, Dad.
We love you. I don't know what vampire blood you're drinking, but keep drinking.
Yeah. Keep drinking that children's vampire blood or whatever the fuck you're doing.
Go into the pizzeria basement and get the fucking
base pizzeria basement.
You know what I'm saying? How they fucking QAnon was saying they're drinking baby blood. Get into it
with Hillary Clinton.
Love. He said
Terry's shaking her head laughing.
We love you. We love you.
We love you.
See you soon, motherfucker.
Thanks, guys.
Love you. Fun. Okay, so before we leave, we're going to answer some of your questions, but we actually today have somebody who's going to help us.
Very special guest.
A very special guest.
In the studio.
And it's also because I don't really know how to read that well. So Christopher Gorham is here to help us answer questions.
Hey.
I think, Chris Gorham, you should read the first
question.
Do you want me to read it?
I want you to read it.
Hi. All right. Dante Poole emailed. He said, hi, Betty fam. My name is Dante. Ugly Betty meant so much to me growing up. It helped me see myself and my story reflected on TV for the first time. Justin and Hilda's relationship reminded me of my own with my mom.
Aww.
Her love, her humor, and her fierce protectiveness.
Yep.
My question is, the storylines in Ugly Betty were so inspirational and meaningful to so many people. Was there ever a fan encounter or moment that really drove home the power of what you were creating? And when you realized the show was bigger than you expected? Much love, Dante from Cape Town, South Africa.
That's a fantastic question, Dante.
Cape Town. Bring us out, y'all.
And also, what a lovely, thoughtful question. I feel that the ways in which people approach me now are far more impactful than in the when the show was airing for me personally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it's I get it now, I suppose, you know.
I remember a very specific moment. I was in New York. It must have been after season 2. So we had been on for a minute and like all the things had happened. You know, America won the Emmy and the Golden Globe and we were sort of revving up and becoming this thing. And I was in New York walking down the street and I remember, you know, like in New York, you always get sort of catcalled or, you know, whatever the thing is. But I remember walking down the street and all of a sudden I just hear, Hilda! And I turn around and it's like this gaggle of like young Latino gay men. And they just ran over to me and they were like, you're Hilda. Oh my God, we love you so much. And one of them was like, my mother is just like you. And one of them was like, I wish my mother was just like you. And then they started talking among themselves about like their mothers and sort of who was supported and who was not, and including me in that conversation. And I remember that as being a really like impactful moment and them including, and just them having that conversation in the moment on the street in New York City, you know, they were just having a party and they came up to me and it just sort of, and they sort of had that conversation among themselves with me. And that to me, I knew like, oh, this is like at least in the Latina community, like for me, that was a really, you know, because it's still stigmatized. I think being gay or trans or any of the things queer being Latino is still, or Latina or Latine is still, there's still a little bit of a lot of a stigma attached to it. So it was nice to have that freedom and these young men doing that with me in that moment. And that's when I knew I was like, oh, I'm the cool mom.
You are. I mean, I wish that I would have been able to have that experience. I feel like now, like as, you know, as a grown man, I feel like I would be able to have that experience.
Well, we shielded you from a lot too.
Yeah, like I feel like it was always very much like, get away from him.
Yeah.
Vibes.
We definitely were like, get away from him a lot.
Even when it was nice.
Yeah. We just didn't know. We didn't know.
Right. Yeah. So I wasn't around.
Okay.
Oh, we have someone from Italy.
Next cue.
Okay. Federico Pedroni.
Oh, that's sexy.
Si.
Hi, guys.
Molto bene.
Federico from Italy here. Loving the podcast. Thanks so much for doing it. I have a question for Mark. Since you are also Italian, how did you relate to play a Latino character?
Great question. It's a great question.
What similarities did you find between the two cultures? Moi, ciao.
Oh, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
First of all, I think that at least, you know, as an Italian American, the cultures are very, very similar.
Yes.
You know,
loud
people,
food. Love.
Yeah, lots of food, but also loud.
Angry.
And lots of love. Hot.
We're an
you know,
angry.
like hot, like boiling up, hot.
0 to 100.
Explosive. You know, family.
Good looking.
Yeah,
Good
but also sexy, hot, and gorgeous.
Sexy, hot, and gorgeous.
No, I mean, listen. I feel such kinship to as an Italian, to so many like cultures and different positionalities. I feel that, you know, I mean, so many of my Jewish friends, like our Jewish friends, like where it's like, who could, it's the same thing.
Food,
it might
love,
be different.
family.
It might just be like, you know, a different cuisine, but it's the same disposition.
Right.
I mean, it's the same vibe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like everyone is in on your fucking business.
In on your biz.
and
you're never eating enough.
And oh my God.
And why don't you call me?
Why don't you call me? And why didn't you finish your plate?
Yeah.
I'm like, well.
Have you called your grandmother?
Because you put 2 pounds of pasta on the plate.
2 pounds of arroz con gandules and I can't do another bite. Yeah, I get it. I hear you.
I can't eat 2 pounds of pasta. And do you know, catch this tea. When my grandma would do dinner, it was like Sunday dinner, right? Sunday gravy, everything. It was 7 of us. 5 pounds of pasta.
Well.
For 7 people.
That's insanity.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And yet.
Yep.
If you didn't eat it, she was upset.
And I always had obviously, you know, I was teacher's pet. So I was sitting right next to her. So.
This is why he needs Wegovy. Wegovy. Microdosing.
Thank you, Federico.
Okay.
And our last one.
Last one from Gabrielle Germain. How do you think Ugly Betty has reshaped TV shows for women?
I think that's a question for you.
I know it changed my life. Yeah. You know what?
That's a question for
That's just, I felt like as the cis white man in the room, should probably be the one to answer.
White man should answer this question.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, how has it changed shows for women? I think it set up a really unhealthy expectation for what your nerdy boyfriend should look like.
I don't think that it was unhealthy.
Underneath the, I think
it looked,
you know what I mean?
Pretty good to me.
I think it's just, I think it's a lot. I mean, it's being, personally,
I think you gave
it's a struggle.
something to aspire to.
Well, that's nice. That's nice of you to say. That's nice of you to say.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna like be the nerdy boyfriend, you better take off your shirt and there be something underneath.
But let me say, now to be serious,
yes,
for a second, I think it's one of the things that I always loved about our Betty.
Yes.
Was that unlike all the other Bettys around the world, which was a story about an ugly duckling story about, and then about the Betty falling in love with the Daniel character and living happily ever after. Our Betty was never about a romance. Our Betty was about, a modern woman like growing up to find out who she is on her own. Not that she can't fall in love.
No, but that wasn't the central.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah.
You get an A+.
Yeah. And I always love that about this show. Yeah. Even when it meant I had to be written off it.
And on that, we leave you all. Thank you for your questions. Please don't stop.
Please keep giving us questions.
I love
Instagram at Viva Betty Podcast. Email at vivabettypod@gmail.com. Like this is kind of my favorite part of the whole thing.
Italy. I mean, these are incredible.
Yeah,
so.
This is so much fun for us. And please keep it going.
Love you so much.